Giza. We've just arrived here by taxi from Cairo. Giza's basically an extension of Cairo. Giza's not the most attractive place in the world. It looks like they're still building it. Anyway, one bit that has been finished, we're on the roof of our hotel here at the moment, is this bit. Quite a magnificent view from here. We're pleasantly surprised by this. Anyway, we're going to go off now and we're going to go to another thing that's not finished, the Grand Egyptian Museum, the Great Egyptian Museum or something like that they call it. Anyway, we're going to go there next. The Grand Egyptian Museum, supposed to be opened 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and 3 years ago, and 2 years ago, and 1 year ago, and it's supposed to be open now. Anyway, a part of it has opened. You've got to book a tour to get in it. It's not cheap. It's so huge. Check it out. Have a look at this. Sorry about the audio on this. They took my microphone off me when I checked in. They wouldn't let you have microphones. So the audio might not be so good. The foyer of this museum is breathtaking. It's massive. Check this out. I mean, you know, it's not finished. The museum's not properly open yet, blah, blah, blah. But Ramesses II, I believe. Probably got that wrong. We just watched an interactive show. What did you think of it?
I loved it. It was all around us, surrounded us. And for someone like me that didn't know too much about Tutankhamun, I actually learnt a little bit. So that was really good as well.
It's probably the juxtaposition of the very, very old Egyptian stuff and the really new cutting-edge technology. I've never seen anything like it. It's really impressive. Come out of the museum now. I've got my microphone back, so I'm going to do a bit of waffling because we took a fair bit of footage in there. Got to say, a world-class facility. Check it out behind me. Look at that. It's going to be massive, but for political reasons, it's not been opened yet. How do you rate the whole experience?
To be honest, the museum blew my mind. Not so much the museum, but the tour operator, who was brilliant. So we got 2 tours, even though like 1% of the museum's opened, who just explained things fantastically.
But this museum, this will be a credit to the country. There's no question about that. I just wish it was open. I wish it was fully open. I really do.
I didn't think I would want to come back to Cairo because we've been here for over a week. I'm ready to move on. But if this was open, it is one place I think I've changed my mind now because I would love to come back here once it's opened.
Well, there we are. That's the Grand Egyptian Museum. And yeah, wish it was open. Behind me is a dead cat. This is some of the back streets of Cairo, or in this case, Giza. Same thing, really. There's something about Cairo that kind of feels like it's got its own brand of squalor, of poverty. Seems real mean saying it because it's a pretty colourful, interesting place. People are alright, you know, nothing wrong with that. If this was the first place you came, if this was your first city break, it would freak you out. I'm telling you, it would do your head in. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't have seen anything like it before. You know, I've done India and that. I just did a thing on Calcutta and what hard work that was. This is poor in a different way. And you know something? The pyramids of Giza are just up there. But then you wander up the road and you sit amongst the squalor and the fumes, and you have one of the best cup of coffees you've ever had in your life, and a game of backgammon. And while you're not watching, your opponent rolls a double six. The pyramids, just queuing up with all the other tourists. So having got inside the pyramid area with our guide Mohammed, everybody's called Mohammed, we're going to have a bit of a wander around now. We're about to touch one of the wonders of the ancient world. Ready? Ta-da! We did it! There you go. And at this point, one is permitted to climb up this very small section of the Great Pyramid of Khufu. So we'll join the rest of the tourists and do that, I suppose. You're allowed to go inside for a fee. Everybody who comes out is looking stressed, so we won't bother with that. Yeah, we're definitely on a tourist conveyor belt. Yeah. So wandered around the back of the pyramid. The general vibe is, you know, dodgy old camel salesman, people twerking and taking selfies. Yeah, plenty of that going on. And it's hard to remember that this is actually a massive ancient tomb that we're going around. It lost its original charm, I think. What do you think?
No, I still quite like it. I can ignore them.
Okay. Behind me is the Pyramid of Khufu, and here we've wandered up to, let's get it, the Pyramid of Khafre, his son, and poor old Khafre doesn't get any attention. Like there's nobody here. It's sort of weird. Everybody wants to go to the big one, and I mean there's loads of people there. Just wandered a couple of 100 meters away and nobody here. Weird. So we've driven a bit further on into the Valley of the Sphinx. There it is. You've got to kind of position yourself appropriately for the selfies, because if you don't, you get like this. Now taking the 30-minute, I suppose, drive down to Saqqara. There seems to be a lot less people here. We've gone inside this temple. So this is the famous step pyramid of Saqqara, probably the first of the pyramids.
This is underneath the step pyramid. It's quite cool. We were advised that you needed to get tickets to come in here, but we got no tickets, and yet here we are.
It's the most remarkable thing we've seen today, I'd say. One thing I would recommend, if you're going to do a thing like this, is to get a good guide. Or you could get one like ours, who doesn't know anything. He's told me stuff that with my tiny amount of knowledge, I know is wrong. And Napoleon shot the nose off the Sphinx. Look it up.
Since our tour guide was so hopeless and can't talk to us about anything, we found a man with a gun who does security in the desert. He's been our best tour guide all day.
We've sacked our tour guide. He was supposed to take us to Memphis and Dashur tomorrow, but he ain't going to. So we're going to try and find another one. Right, this is going to turn into one of those don't make my mistakes YouTubes. get a good guide. Well, I mean, for anywhere, I suppose, but particularly here, you know, it's particularly tragic for me because I love history. I've been studying the bloody pyramids. I knew more about the pyramids than he did. Anyway, what's the moral?
Research your tour guide.
There you go. Another day, and we've come up with a different scheme today, a different pyramid scheme. She asked me not to say that. We're in an Uber and we're going to Dashur, so we're doing it ourselves, no guide. Let's see if this works out better. So much for an hour. We've been going for a lot longer than that. We got lost because of the lack of internet, and Google Maps sent us completely the wrong way. It's not the driver's fault. But anyway, it's still been quite interesting. The scenery has been good. So having got to the pyramid complex itself, we find we have to buy 3 tickets. They're only cheap. One for the driver because he has to come back with us. You can't get an Uber back or a taxi back from here. There are no taxis. So they explained that he would have to wait with us whether we like it or not. I think whether he likes it or not. So anyway, we're here. So our taxi guy, our Uber guy, is dutifully waiting for us over there. Over here is a pyramid, the name of which I do not know. There's some steps. I reckon you can go up those steps. That looks good. And there's nobody else here. We're the only one. Oh no, there's 2 people just coming. But other than that, it's got a better vibe than the other ones. This lot. I'm going to Google what this pyramid is now. I've Googled it, and apparently, well, according to this is the red pyramid. People have told me that the red pyramid and the bent pyramid are the same, but they're not. Because I know that what the bent pyramid looks like, and this isn't it. Anyway, we're going to go up it.
It's a really, really long way down. Bent over like that, so I've got to give it a go. Oh,
She doesn't actually know that. We haven't been in it yet.
I can see it. I can see it, and I can't see the bottom of it. And I can see people struggling. See you.
Light's not very good now because we're kind of halfway down this thing, down into the bowels of the earth, inside the red pyramid. Really cool. I mean, not for the claustrophobiac, but still very, very interesting. I feel like a real adventurer. Seem to have reached the bottom. It really is a long way down. And over here, I found a little gnome. Hello, Nomi.
I have to crawl.
Oh. I've never played Tomb Raider. I've never seen the movie. This is what I can imagine. Oh, wow.
Hey, New Zealand. Mexico.
These people are from Mexico. And let me ask you, for my YouTube, where have you been in Egypt?
In Egypt. This is our first day.
First day today?
First time today. We arrived at
midnight actually.
At 1 a.m. in the morning. We arrived to the hotel at 2. We slept at 3, and they come for us in the from the tours at 7.
Wow.
No,
So-
8 was it.
We slept like 3 hours.
We have slept for 3 hours and we love it.
And we
The Mexicans have left the building. Here is the building. Can't really see it, but we've climbed up to the top of these stairs. Lara Croft has declared this to be the end. You got any treasure, Lara? It's really not until you get inside one that you realise what remarkable, amazing structures these ancient pyramids are. So that was the Red Pyramid. It's quite an experience. Now we've just been told by the guy there that the other one, the Bent Pyramid, which is the one I really wanted to see, is about to close. So legging it back to the car. So here it is. This is the Bent Pyramid. I wanted to come to this one because I read on Wikipedia when I was back home that this one's still got its original cladding. All the pyramids would have been smooth when they were built, but that's all worn away and been stolen probably, and this one's still got it. Not sure you can really see from the video the nature of the, like, it goes up at a steep angle there and then it tapers off. So they changed the design halfway through the building process because they realized that they'd started too steep. And as I stroll toward this, what I suppose will be our final pyramid, you can see the Red Pyramid there behind me, which we've just been inside. I think this has been my favourite thing that we've done in Giza, because this area is still Giza, I think, so far. There's nobody here. There are some other people, but very few. I mean, if I do a pan, V is down there somewhere, and other than that, it's just me. There's a car park guy, the Uber driver, and some security people, but you know, they work here. So yeah, this feels so much more fulfilling than the big famous pyramids on the Giza plateau. So having come down inside the Bent Pyramid here, and it was a tough walk. It was more than the Red Pyramid. We now find that we're going up again, and when I say going up, and yeah, this is genuine sweat. When I say going up, I don't know if you can see it, but we seem to be going right up the middle of the whole pyramid. This is amazing. Let me tell you, this is worth it. This is worth the effort. You can see the passageway goes on a fair bit. Do you want to do some commentary? Mine's facing your way.
I'm crawling up, hands and knees, to follow Paul because I forgot to press record on the other bit, and that's my limit.
I think one of us is staying here to hold the fort, just in case any mummies come and attack me.
I really don't want to though.
It's hard work, this. For people with bad knees, this isn't it. So I'm going to go on my own, I think. Made it to the end of that little passageway there. Leads down there somewhere. And looks like it carries on up here, so let's go. I can't believe how high I've climbed inside this pyramid. It's going on and on. Oh, okay. This is it. I wonder how close to the top of the pyramid I am here. I know one thing. I'm not going to get any closer. Well, okay, they just turned the light off. Okay, I think that might be... I think the pyramid might be closing. He did give us a warning before we came in. You've got 10 minutes. We've been a lot longer than that. Okay, I don't want to be trapped in here in the dark. Let's go. So he's just locking the door. I just made it out of the bent pyramid. And this is the very lovely cladding I came all this way to see. All the pyramids would have been covered in this, as I said.
Yeah.
Now there's a man who's going to be in our video.
Yeah.
2 men.
Yeah.
Here we are. Welcome to Egypt.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh, I love it. Check out this view, man. Check out this view.